Hey YouTube, Mactics here, and today I just wanted to show you a live commentary POV run of one of my Grandmaster GLASSWAY boss clears where I basically talk through the entire fight and explain all of my decisions, positioning, and rationale so that you can take all of this information into your next run and beat it with your eyes closed. It literally becomes that easy when you know how to play this fight properly. And for loadouts, I'm on a Void Hunter with Omnioculus, and my teammates, I believe, are both on Well Warlocks, but Void Warlocks and Solar Titan both work great here as well. For weapons, we have two players on Arbalist, a Void Bow and Taipan, and the third Guardian on Divinity. And if you still can't get a clear after watching this, just hop into my live streams linked in the description. Chances are I'm literally live right now doing carries, so just hop in and I'll help you out myself. Enjoy, like and subscribe, and good luck. And then we'll play left side room. Right into that. And then obviously the main goal is to funnel every single enemy through this middle tunnel by grabbing their aggro and kind of coercing them to come through here, specifically the dangerous enemies like Overload Minotaurs and Wyverns and stuff like that. Although we have this mini Hydra, which we want to completely avoid, because if we take away half of its current health bar, so we get it to like 5/6 total HP, it'll spawn 2 more overloads. So we want to kill the current 2 overloads before doing that. So one's coming through middle right now, we can burn it. So there's one overload dead, and then we just got to find the other one. Doing like a little sweep to check all the doors. He's not at entrance. I didn't see him at middle last I checked. So we'll check back door. Not a back door right now. We're just kind of hanging, waiting for him to show up. Looks like he's probably back door. Yep. So the back door. So we can go ahead and beam him. Get that div on him. We have to be very careful about being in this back hallway as well, because the large boss is going to rotate over to us. We were able to get him. That was a little shaky. Probably should have tried to get his aggro and drag him inside instead, rather than go out and try and burn him, but that's okay. Since I'm an Invis Hunter, I can get this res super easily. But if you don't have an Invis Hunter, what you would do is you would send someone outside to like the entrance to grab the boss's aggro to like pull the boss back into this middle. It's like you would send someone over here to go and hit the boss, pull the boss back in the middle, and then you can get that res easily. So now that we've got both of those overloads dead, we can start slowly DPSing this mini boss with like our primary weapons and such, and we just want to get it right to about half HP. That's when it's going to spawn the other 2 overloads. It'll say reinforcements are approaching or something like that in the bottom left in the chat. And right when that happens, we want to pull out our Arbalists and our Linears and just burn the hell out of it and make it phase away at 2/3 HP. So like right about now, we can just absolutely destroy it. Right there, Vex reinforcements inbound. We see 2 champions have appeared. Tag this guy up a little bit more, and he's gone. Then we come immediately to middle, so we can try and funnel these 2 overloads in the middle. So we can get that first one right now. And there's that other one. We can go ahead and burn that other one right now. Nicely done. So that's the first wave completely done. Now we just have to damage the big boss to 2/3 HP to make him go away and progress to wave 2. So my favorite way to DPS the boss is to have both of my teammates over here on like the left side entrance door where I'm currently standing. And then I like to go over to the right side on this staircase because it means that someone always has an angle on the boss. So like if the boss is aggroed on me, I can even still hit it to a certain degree by head glitching this, but especially if it's aggroed on me, my teammates are completely safe. And then if it's aggroed on my teammates, they just back up into their room and they stay safe. And then it gives me an angle on it. And then if it switches aggro to me, then I just back up into my room and it gives them an angle on it. So the second we get it to 2/3 HP and phase it out, we're going to have 2 wyvern spawn out of the portals on left and right. So we want to actually spawn kill the left side wyvern by booking it to the back left hallway and getting ready to kill it with div in our linears. So we're immediately going to book it to the back left hallway to get ready for that first wyvern spawn. We're going to tag it up with div, 2 linear shots apiece, and it'll instantly die. So now we only have to deal with 1 wyvern. We of course have the mini boss back again, and the same rules apply as they did for the first phase. If we get this Wyvern, or Hydra Wyvern, try to say it at the same time. If we get this Hydra down to 1/2 HP, we're going to get 2 more Wyverns. Obviously, we don't want 2 more Wyverns right now because then we would have a total of 3. So we're going to look for the 1 Wyvern, which obviously just came through back door. We're going to kill him, and then we will worry about the other 2 Wyverns. And Wyverns are actually finishable at 50% HP since they're red bar enemies. So you actually don't even have to do that much damage to them. You just got to get them to half, and then you can run in and finish them, and it makes it super easy to kill them. But now that both Wyverns are dead, we can now focus on the mini-boss Hydra. The only thing we have to look out for is that there's barrier hobgoblins outside. They don't come inside, or at least they're not supposed to. I've had them come in like once or twice in my hundreds of runs of Glassway. But we should be fine for the most part, so we don't really have to worry about them. So again, we're going to just chip away at the Hydra. Let's actually kill any trash ads roaming around before we worry about that. Gonna chip away until we get to 50% HP, at which point we're going to burn the hell out of it when we see Vex reinforcements have arrived right there, so it phases away, so we don't have it in the room with us when we're trying to deal with the other 2 Wyverns. And I died, unfortunately, but it should be fine because my teammates are going to keep burning it with their Arbalist to make it go away. And then they'll be able to get my res easily, and we're going to try to bait both of the new Wyverns in through middle. We already have them, so my teammates are going to run away. I'm probably going to get spawn killed. Actually worked out. But in a situation like this, having an Invis Hunter is incredible because it's literally impossible to die. You don't have to have an Invis Hunter for this fight because obviously I shouldn't have died right there. I got too greedy looking at the mini-boss Hydra. But in a circumstance where you do die, you can still make it work and still live. Right there, I finished the Wyvern at 50% HP, so that's a beauty of these being red bar targets, is that they're just much easier to kill once you do actually do a little bit of damage to them, so you can just get a quick finisher on them. But I'm basically just playing my Invis, roaming around the room, chipping away at the Wyvern's health bar until it eventually becomes finishable. Trying to kind of get behind it so I can hit its crit. And then boom, right there, 50% HP, easy finish. Now, like I said, Invis Hunter makes that super easy, but by no means do you have to have an Invis Hunter. The only reason that was kind of messy and really sloppy is because I messed up and died, so we weren't actually able to burn the mini Hydra quickly enough. And because we weren't able to burn it quickly enough, we weren't able to take the middle stance right here to try and kill them as they're funneling in. So that's the only reason that really happened. If I play a little safer and I play a little smarter, I don't die there, and we're not in that position anyway. But if you do end up in that position, an Invis Hunter can be impeccable. Now, after you get both those Wyverns out of the way, we have 4 barrier hobgoblins to deal with. So the best way to deal with these, in my opinion, is just by playing this middle funnel and killing whichever one you have line of sight of. So right now, we've got this one that we're looking at. So I'm just going to have all my both my teammates come to the middle here with me. Then we'll just go ahead and take them down together one by one. I think my teammates are actually at the entrance right now. That's why a lot of the other hobgoblins aren't coming down to me. But I'm going to have my teammates come to the middle with me right now. And if you have Aeons, it's great to get finishers on as many of these as possible just to restock your heavy. So we have 2 more right here. We'll get the one on the left. And I'll go ahead and break its shield. I'm actually out of Arbalist now, though, so we have to finish this left one right now. I'll go ahead and make my teammate an Invis so we can go get the finisher. There's a heavy brick right there. I have another special brick as well. I just picked one up so I can get shield on this one. Always good to get finishers on these if you have Aeons. And if you're a hunter, you can actually play out and you're completely safe because you just use Invis cooldowns to stay completely safe. And then we'll go back inside as we enter wave 3. Wave 3 is probably the easiest wave because even though you have Overload Minotaurs, you do not have the mini Hydra boss. So it's basically identical to wave 1, but without having to worry about the Hydra mini boss. Just kind of makes it infinitely more manageable. So there's the first Overload. We'll go ahead and burn it. Obviously, div and a couple of linear shots makes things super, super easy. And then we have the other one, as we can see. We're just going to funnel him into here. I'll get a quick stun on him. And we'll kill him with the div and linears. And then normally we get 2 more when we damage the mini-boss's health to half of its current health, but the mini-boss isn't out in this phase. So we actually get another 2 Overload Minotaurs when we damage the big boss's health to half of its current HP bar, which so happens to be half of its total HP as well. So we'll play the same angles that we did previously. This is my favorite way to damage the big boss. And then right when we're through getting into half HP and we see those Vex reinforcements inbound in the bottom left, we just go ahead and rotate back over to the middle funnel to try and bait those 2 Overload Minotaurs through mid. Same way we did the first 2. So here comes one. Go ahead and kill it with Div and Linears. And then we see the other as well. And we actually don't want to take this angle because the big boss is here now. Because the big boss is going to do a ton of damage to us. So now that the big boss is rotated past, we can easily take him out. Number one thing, though, is don't get greedy for them. I know it's always nice to kind of go for the one-shot on them because they do regen health, and obviously you don't want them to be regenning health, but getting greedy and having someone die just for them to end up pushing in anyway is just really going to get you in a lot of trouble. So never feel like you're forced to kill them if the big boss is rotating around and getting ready to shoot you. It's better to just back off a little bit and have another go at the overload when the big boss is rotated past that middle funnel. Also, in this section, if there's any regular goblins up, so I see a goblin up right on the boss, we actually want to leave it alive because the next wave doesn't start until every single enemy in this arena is gone. So by leaving a goblin up, we actually can prevent the next wave from spawning until after we kill this goblin, which gives us the opportunity to reposition over here in the back left hallway to prepare for the first wyvern coming out of the left portal so we can spawn kill him. So I'll actually have all of us come over here to the back left hallway before killing this goblin, and then we can kill it, and then we're already in position to nuke that first wyvern on left. So we'll go ahead and drop him, and then we'll come back here and just get ready to burn that first wyvern. It just makes it a lot easier instead of having to rotate all the way around from our preferable large Hydra DPS location. So there's the first wyvern. Go ahead and get some div on it. And boom, he's instantly dead. Rotate back over here. We have the mini boss. And we have the other wyvern. So I'm going to go ahead and nade this out, try and do a good amount of damage to the wyvern and the choke. You just want to be very, very tempered with these wyverns. You're not really rushing to kill them so much, because you especially don't want to get greedy for a kill on it, because then it'll just one-shot you and teleport on top of you. So you're just kind of playing around these various angles, getting a little bit of chip damage on it. Also, absolutely no problem with using super on them as well. So there we go, it's half HP since it's a red bar, easy finisher. So I'm gonna abort that res because obviously don't want to get it right now with that boss shooting at me. I'll go get an invis cooldown to make it a little bit easier. And then hopefully this works since I have invis. If I didn't have invis, he's automatically dead, but since I do, can get that res a little bit more easily. And now we can start working on this mini Hydra. Now, wave 4 is a little different in the sense that it's not when its HP bar hits half, it's when the mini Hydra actually dies that the other 2 wyverns spawn. So you can actually be a little bit more slow in your DPS. Don't have to be in as big of a rush, but you want to get away from the dead body of it because of course it explodes since it's a Hydra. So we're immediately coming back over here, trying to get the attention of both wyverns, and I'm going to have my teammates not be in the middle whatsoever, because I'm going to kind of slide across as I shoot my tether to try and drop the wyverns, and just in case they get a shot off and end up killing me, I don't want it to collat my teammates as well. Now, we don't know where the other wyvern is. Looks like he's actually in the back. And he is finishable. So that's every single wyvern dead now. So now all we have left is the 4 barrier hobgoblins in the middle, as well as a couple of random goblins. I always like to go for the one on the upper balcony, if there is one there, since that's the first one that you can see when you're playing this angle right here. And then we move to the other ones. You basically only want to give line of sight to 1 goblin at any given time, because if you give line of sight to 2 of them, then the one that you're not currently shooting at is not going to be staggered, which means it's going to be able to get some shots off on you, which means you're going to get killed. So I'm going to get the aggro from this one as well to kind of encourage it. Oh, we have another one on the balcony, actually, so we can kill the one on the balcony. And by the time we kill this one on the balcony, the other one's going to rotate over. At least is the idea. We actually get a finisher too, so I can actually run out and get some heavy. And then we just go back to our large Hydra DPS locations, where I come over here on the right side. My two teammates hang out on the left entrance. And of course, you can use anti-barrier weapons like Arbalest to shoot directly through the shield. So when the shield is on in front of you, pull out the Arbalest. When it's not, you can pull out the heavy linear. And that's an easy Glassway clear. So yeah, hopefully y'all found that helpful. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you did. And if you want to see more of these live commentary POV videos, maybe for bosses like Lightblade and Exodus Crash, just let me know in the comments. I hope to see a lot of you in my live streams as well if you have time to hop in. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.